It's Madden NFL 24, and we've got C.J. Stroud. He was a tour de force a week ago, 6 passing touchdowns. It's the Cowboys and the Panthers, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 24.
BA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They come in on a one-game winning streak. What do you say we keep that one positive? Because they haven't had much to be positive about lately.
Yeah, let's take it, maybe make it almost like the theater. You're only as good as your last performance. Hopefully they can continue to move forward.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they've been the talk of the NFL so far. 9 wins in their first 9.
Some people subscribe to the theory that a loss might not be the worst thing for them. They've had it easy all year long. How would they do handling adversity?
Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. Leading them out, a 2-year starter at Ohio State and second overall pick in the draft, C.J. Stroud.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season. And maybe that's even so short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Opening play, and Stroud will throw it. And that nearly intercepted. And the free safety rolling into position, almost had it, but it's second down. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Flush to his right. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. And his throw is incomplete. So this game, Charles, you know, we talked about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Here's the call. Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Stroud. He'll let this go for the end zone. That is incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. You look at this Carolina defense. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And Stroud now to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. C.J. Stroud taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Now Mike McCarthy saying, let's go for 2. Stroud's going to try to throw for the conversion. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Well, they had that great, long, methodical drive to put in the end zone. Then they tried to bite off a little more and get 8 points. Instead, Instead, they're sitting at 6.
But didn't that feel like a decision that they made on Tuesday?
Yeah. Well, you usually say that's what they do, right?
Right. That's the best one. The best ones do that. They take the emotion out of it. That felt like that was scripted. Hey, if we score in the opening drive, we're going to go for 2 and try and really gain an advantage.
So here are the Panthers set to take over for the first time. And Charles will get a look at the much-heralded rookie Bryce Young, the first overall pick from April's draft.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. Game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Mozzie Smith, he fought through to record the sack. Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early, and I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play. And if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
Let's go. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Young. He'll get this to the rookie, Jonathan Mingo. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. George Pickens back out now with the rest of the offense. And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is it allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. But you look at this defense. They've been dreadful against the run. No getting around at number 32, dead last in the NFL. And
when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means it's going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
Stroud sets up the play action. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Stroud looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Cowboys' 1st down. They needed 4, they got 8, and it results in a conversion on 4th down. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school at one of my offensive line teams.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list as his guys are able to extend their lead. Now Mike McCarthy going to decide to go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. So their second touchdown of this first half, they went for 2 after score number 1. Didn't get it. Now they get the equalizer, so to speak.
So to speak, and you can understand the thinking. Because they didn't get it after the first score, they wanted to get back to a normal points pattern, get up to 14. But just think if they missed it here, they're only up 12-0. 1 extra point on the other side could ultimately beat you if they score twice.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. As Sanders has it pumped free. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready, and above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here goes Stroud again. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Dowdle going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get a 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. On the bootleg, Stroud sliding out of the pocket. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. C.J. Stroud with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys take a 3-touchdown lead. He continues to show at this level that he can not only pass for touchdowns, he can run for touchdowns.
Not the first time we've seen this, because this young guy, he really makes it happen. So what that tells me is the book on him has to change. You got to now plan for those legs as well as him throwing the football.
So the 2-point conversion trend continues, at least as far as trying those goes. They've attempted them after all 3 touchdowns, CD, and converted now 2 of them.
They're not just dipping their toe in the water, are they? I mean, they're committed to going for 2 points, and 2 out of 3, now with a 22-0 lead. In a sense, they're a little bit ahead of the curve. It would be 21, wouldn't it?
And with the way their defense is playing, I don't know if it matters if they do convert any of these. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he'll be taken down right away up near midfield at the 47. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Young on first down. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
It's a second down run with Sanders, and he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 44. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Young will set to throw. Short throw underneath to Hurst, and he'll get nothing out of that one. So no gain on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And this is caught. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check white, switch, yellow,
To throw, Young. And it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
ready?
They'll run with Sanders. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Miles Sanders with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers get a bit closer. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And it's good. It makes it 22-7 now. That time a 9-play drive. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They run here with Dowdle. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Throwing now is Stroud. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
On second down, it's Stroud. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Stroud on third down now. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. They're going for it. Here's Stroud. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. So the fourth down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Stroud. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Stroud to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Julio Jones in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead here just before halftime. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Now Mike McCarthy saying let's go for 2. They'll look to throw, and this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll start in the NFC East. This one always a battle. New York taking on Washington. And it's the home team who are out in front. Curtis Samuel, a touchdown reception. From there, it's off to the land to check on the Browns at home in the dog pound. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Elijah Moore, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Khalil Herbert with a touchdown run. We saw the vet with plenty left, Ezekiel Elliott, putting together a strong first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. Each team making their final preparations for this second half. We're about ready too, as we'll send you back up to Charlotte and rejoin Brandon and Charles at Bank of America Stadium.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get
down the numbers. There he goes. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 24. 66 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Ready?
Young. A quick throw there is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Yellow, line, opposite, green.
Running right, here's Sanders. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
The big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Stroud working out of the gun. That's over the middle to Schoonmaker. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down.
Get it.
The throwing again is Stroud. Outright, he finds Tolbert. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
At the 26-yard line.
Go. Hot go.
Inside give to Elliott. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up.
A gain of 4 yards.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Play action. Here's Stroud. Rolling to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Rolling to his right. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And the move from Mike McCarthy is going to be to keep the offense on the field here on 4th down. They're going for it. Stroud out of the gun here. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Panthers will get the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success. Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Eluding the pressure right.
And Young will slide to the ground safely as he picks up the 1st down as well.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Ready?
Now a 1st down throw for Young. And Sanders has got it complete. Down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. A 1st down throw for Young. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
A man who has done this a lot, Justin Houston, in there to record the sack.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Throwing, Young. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Cowboys are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
A gain of 21 yards.
On the counter, Elliott. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now here's Stroud on 3rd down.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown.
Luke Schoonmaker
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
The Cowboys offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2.
Stroud's going to try to throw for the conversion.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion no good.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Now the offense for the Panthers here, getting the football back. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Young on third down.
Able to find the open man. Mike McCarthy pretty decisive. He brings out that red challenge flag. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Panthers, first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Young to throw it.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Looking to throw, Young.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. 1st and 10, Young. Short throw underneath to Hurst, and he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
2nd and 7.
At the 25-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
It'll be Young again. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Marshall. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Complete to Terrace Marshall. 1st and goal.
To throw, Young.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Ready, ready, set.
Young. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Chark, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Panthers are able to cut into that deficit. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
And he'll go underneath here to Elliott.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Now 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Stroud to throw it.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Running with Elliott. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Elliott will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Fights loose.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win.
This player has a zone ability. This is a powerful ability that can be... It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we have Stephon Gilmore, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Commanders and the Cowboys, next on EA Sports.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, our Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Gaudin here in Dallas, joined by Charles Davis, as I am every year at this special time. Happy Thanksgiving, partner.
And happy Thanksgiving to you and everyone who's checking out this game.
Yeah, great to spend it with all of you at home. Boy, they've been doing this here in Dallas a long time, since 1966. And it's always a little more intriguing when it's a divisional matchup like we have here this afternoon.
And not only a divisional matchup, how about a heated rivalry matchup? But these two, they really don't like each other. And this extends over plenty of years, whether they're playing on Thanksgiving Day or any other given day in the NFL schedule. These two, they want to get after each other.
So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they do for this one.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers for Zeke from last week, north of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now we'll pause for an injury here. That's George Pickens, the receiver, who's in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And 6 now.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd
And Stroud now to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Left side to Lamb. And he's brought down. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. The throwing again is Stroud. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Stroud working out of the gun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions.
It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Commanders set to go to work on offense, and they've handed the controls to this man in his 2nd NFL season, former Tar Heel Sam Howell.
Howell got the nod from Commanders leadership to be the team's starter this year. A nice bump for last year's 5th-round pick. One start as a rookie and didn't look bad at all, winning the team's finale. And let's not forget, this is a guy who was once viewed as a 1st-round pick, so there's plenty of promise hidden beneath the surface.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Throwing here, Howell. The throw here, right sideline, falls incomplete. Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the turkey bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. But I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll run for...
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
George Pickens, the intended target.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You talk about this Washington defense.
They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make, because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early, chip away at their timing.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
4th down. Here's Stroud. That is caught.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Stroud sets up the play action.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Brandon Cooks, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Cowboys use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Now Mike McCarthy going to decide to go for 2 here.
They'll try and run it here. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game.
I have to admit, I love the excitement of the 2-point try. You know, to see what's going to happen, and it happens pretty quickly, doesn't it? You get an answer, and in this case, it was unsuccessful for the guys trying it.
Completely unrelated, I just realized that I stole both of your pins in this last My bad, partner.
Hey, that's okay. Well, and just in the time they went for 2.
Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense.
He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball, got a full game ahead of him, hand it to him again, see if they can start to produce.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
And the Commanders' 1st down.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson to about the 48-yard line.
The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson: 18 carries, 91 yards.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
And McLaurin, the motion man right. Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and a give to Robinson. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
6-0 our score after one.
Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2.
As they've got it with a third down coming up.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Howell.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Tress Way on fourth down is sent out to punt. Deep to return is Cavante Turpin.
And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line.
Brandon Cooks of the Cowboys offense back out there.
He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability.
Throwing now is Stroud.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The Cowboys on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Stroud.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Howell's throw taken in by Samuel.
And out of bounds right around the 20.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Little bootleg here. Howell.
Incomplete. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that third down pass. Brings up 4th. Gano's kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10.
They run here with Rico Dowdle.
And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Now 2nd and 3. Stroud looking to throw.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. Remember, the Cowboys shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
The give is to Elliott.
to about the 48-yard line.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
On second down, Elliott once more. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
They're going for it. Rush. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Look at the big man rumble.
And he gets it all the way down to the 3. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And they are able to add on to their advantage. They'll look to throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both fail.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is you're stage. So now you got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Howell down to throw it.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day, but you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Here's Howell.
This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Howell.
This is caught. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. And Howell will throw it.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Had no command that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
3rd and 2. Here's Howell. Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Commanders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is down to 2. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was capped off by the Logan Thomas touchdown catch.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And with a 2-point lead in hand, they may not do anything too aggressive here.
A pretty big opening there on first down. 8 yards up to the 33. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Final play of the half. Stroud. Here's one deep for Pickens. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Happy Thanksgiving once again from our gang here in Orlando to yours. We'll get back to AT&T Stadium in a minute, but first, let's take a look at what's coming up later this holiday weekend. One of the best of the early games, we'll highlight it there. The Giants in for a stern test at home at MetLife Stadium, as they'll have to contend with the New England Patriots. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being in Philadelphia, where we find the Eagles taking on the Buffalo Bills. Finally on Monday night, Cyber Monday. Put the credit card away and settle in for Bears and Vikings from U.S. Bank Stadium. We saw the vet with plenty left, Ezekiel Elliott, putting together a strong first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. Both teams making their final preparations for this second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL was trailing.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning.
Taking it right down Broadway. Big strides. Look at him go. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Commanders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And oh, it's blocked. The Cowboys pick it up, but he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Oftentimes when you give up a touchdown, it's really a deflation for your entire unit. And the special teams crew, when they run out there, they still feel it, and maybe they don't go after it so much. Instead, they gave great effort there, blocked the extra point, and really gave them a lift after giving up the score.
Yeah, gave up the touchdown, lost the lead, but a nice job to get in there and block it. Stroud off the play fake. He's got this to Pickens. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Play action. Stroud now. Pass is tipped, but he's still able to bring it in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 24 yards the gain there. Another first down as well. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And his throw here's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Play action. Here's Stroud. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it's going to be knocked away and incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Stroud to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Here's Stroud.
And it'll be intercepted.
And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10
at the 20.
They'll start with a give to Robinson.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
And the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop it. So here's a 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Howell.
Thomas has got it. Complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
That's good for the Cowboys.
On 1st down, here's Stroud.
Flushed out right.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
A give to Elliott. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. And quickly, they get to the line.
Stroud on 3rd down now. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 21. Now Stroud.
Over the middle, complete. That's Elliott.
Now a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 18-yard line.
Stroud.
Escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. Touchdown.
George Pickens.
An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cowboys have retaken a 3rd quarter lead.
Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass. As we prepared for these games, we've noticed offensive coordinators have had an expanded playbook on 2-point conversion tries because they never know when they may have to use it during a game.
But that also means the defense probably has more for these situations too, right?
No doubt about it. I think for the most part, defenses will be aggressive on 2-point tries. They want to get after the offense and make them force the issue.
And here the defense wins.
The Washington offense back out there. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Back now in Arlington. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Pushes him over. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. This offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. They'll go. It's Gibson. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And it'll be a turnover on downs. A running play. It's Dowdle. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And Stroud now to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Cowboys first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. Throwing now is Stroud. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On the run, it's Dowdle. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
That is caught. And he is going to have the Cowboys first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long. Up the middle. Here's Elliott. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. That one looks like he'll throw here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Stroud now on 4th down. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
Option right, here's Stroud.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
They'll run it with Elliott. And he's across for the touchdown. In the final minute, that should just about seal it.
So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a two-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
So they try to make it a two-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A two-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here we go now with Howell and the Commanders.
Down by 10, a little under 50 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down.
Howell, and that is caught downfield by Thomas. Look at the big fella go.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Gano for the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. And this is going to be recovered by the hand. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Powell to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Just over 30 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Here's Howell. And he will find his man Samuel.
And he's got this down to the 35. He'll look to throw.
A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Certainly would have liked to get some yardage out of that play, but now you got to put this in the hands of your field goal kicker. See if he can get you to overtime. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Stroud.
Looking deep for Elliott.
And that's going to be incomplete.
And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
3rd and 8 situation, a tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. What a big-time interception that is here on the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, they're already knocking on the door with a short field. Remember, all they need is 3 points to win this game.
And that thinking just can't limit them on offense. The playbook should still be wide open. Get a first down, maybe 2. Do it safely. Nice throws that your quarterback can make. Nice runs that your running backs like. But make sure you get yourself into position.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. So an interception on one side and then an interception on the other. So both quarterbacks, Charles, with turnovers here in overtime.
So apparently one good defensive play deserves another. Both sides coming up big in overtime, both getting interceptions, trying to set up their teams to score and win the game.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Stroud looking to throw. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Stroud here on 3rd and long. That is caught. Schoonmaker. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties. And then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 59 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And this one is incomplete.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now is 2nd and 10. On the bootleg, Stroud. They'll roll him out right. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy, and he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Washington looking for another timeout, and they get it. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their 2nd-year kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And it'll be a good time in Big D tonight. The Cowboys have won it. A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory. So this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true.
It's Week 13 of the National Football League, and we have Stephon Gilmore, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Seahawks and the Cowboys under the lights on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. But tonight we kick off Week 13 with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. The streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
The results are hard to argue. If there's a team better suited for the postseason right now, I don't know who they are.
Set for football now at AT&T Stadium. Brandon Aubrey has the honors, and we are underway here in Arlington. And bulldozing his way through, and he won't quite make it to the 25. So the Seahawks ready to take over on offense, and it is a first-time Pro Bowler who leads them out, Charles, in his 11th year now, Geno Smith.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
Okay, give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
Pick up to about the 27. It'll be... You look at this Cowboy defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Chauncey Golston coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Yards that time on the punt, and the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. Leading them out, a 2-year starter at Ohio State and 2nd overall pick in the draft, C.J. Stroud.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
numbers for Zeke from last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%. Only because they still have some tough games to come, and keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Stroud looking to throw.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Now Geno on 1st down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marquise Bell.
And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Stroud to throw it.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud.
And his throw is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Now Stroud. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Seahawks are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on 3rd.
There he goes, right side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. White, he'll try the left side.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
And the Seahawks 1st down.
They stay on the ground with White. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Geno. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
This defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again.
And really, it's worth talking a little more about the stakes of this game. Currently, these are the top 2 seeds in the NFC. I think they're the 2 best teams. Would you agree?
I think you can definitely make the case that they are, and I like where you're going with that. I do know that we've seen a couple of other teams along the way that would say, hey, don't forget about us. But your premise, I think, could be spot on. These could easily be the top 2 teams in the NFC.
Oh, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
George Pickens, the intended target.
And that takes us from second to third down.
You talk about this Seahawks defense.
They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And this is where we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
That's over the middle to Schoonmaker.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up.
Here's Stroud.
They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Broken tackle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Stroud now on 1st and 10.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now.
And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. 1st down, here's White. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. From the gun, here's Smith.
And he's got Smith and Jigba.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll get this out wide to Metcalf. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
1st and goal, Seattle.
Here's White.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets them down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
Again, this is White. But he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line.
It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down. Smith. Touchdown! Jackson Smith-Njigba, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith-Njigba touchdown catch.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Stroud here on 3rd and long.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
They're going for it. Here's Stroud.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Going right side is White. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
At the 17-yard line.
Geno now to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch.
And the Cowboys are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
2 yards on the pickup.
And Stroud now to throw.
At the 33-yard line.
Into the hands of Hendershot.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Stroud. Back to Elliott, and he's got him again. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Stroud. And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is what, 3-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
And he's got it. They convert for 2, and that gets them even closer. Now a 2-point game. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's White. They set up the screen. Oh, fighting off the defender. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now Geno. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, it's Smith. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Cowboys are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now it... back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys. Kevontae Turpin as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Now Mike McCarthy saying, let's go for 2. Stroud's going to try to throw for the conversion. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team, because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's Smith. Yeah, to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. In the 1 o'clock games, one that immediately catches the eye is in our nation's capital. A big test for the Washington Commanders as they'll square off against the Miami Dolphins. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being in Philadelphia, where we find the Eagles taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And one more to highlight, a good one on Sunday Night Football between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers. We were witness to a solid first half from this year's number 2 overall pick rookie, C.J. Stroud. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission. Both teams making their final preparations for the second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
And able to get this out to the 25. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
Again, a run with Vaughn. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
They'll try and run for it with Vaughn.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Running behind center with Vaughn.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Now they'll change things up. Stroud will throw it.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On 2nd down, it's Vaughn.
Able to push his way through. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
A give running right is Vaughn.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Vaughn on 1st and 10.
Big Leonard Williams there on the stop. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down, here's Rush. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Here's Rush to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Now Rush. They'll set up the screen to Vaughn. And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Rush. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. After the interception, here's Smith. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Back to the air, Smith on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. He's still on his feet. Inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
Charbonnet will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. On the toss to Charbonnet. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Seahawks have evened the ball game with a chance to take the lead here in the final minute of this 3rd quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now here come the Cowboys. And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone, they throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up, you end up throwing a pick, everything goes awry, and now points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out, I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless too.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw Rush. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
No, this offense is staying put. They're just 1 for 4 in these situations so far, but they're going again on 4th down. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and that will force a turnover on downs. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
He's brought down at the 31. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. From the 31, here's a 2nd and 9. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
Smith's throw caught here by Metcalf.
2 yards on the pickup there. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And that is incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Myers' kick is good.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Kevontae Turpin now to return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Dallas offense set for this next drive.
And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
That'll be dumped off to Vaughn, complete.
Only able to gain a couple there. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They go play action with Rush. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Up the middle, it's Vaughn.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Staying on the ground with Vaughn.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Play fake. Here's Rush.
He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They'll get 34 yards there.
Vaughn will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The 3rd time wasn't a charm. They got the first 2 two-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the 3rd.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot, but it has to that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for it. Felt good about being aggressive and going for it. And right up until that one, they'd gotten 2 for 2.
Now Gino on 1st down.
They're complete to Smith and Jigba.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards for number 11. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Gino. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Chauncey Golston, his second sack of the night. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Their partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage.
And he will. The Cowboys sack. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Inside. Remaining in a 2-point ball game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down, and that should be that. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. The partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. That time a 6-play drive. And it was finished off by a Jalen Tolbert touchdown grab. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Well, now how about this return? And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So Geno and the Seahawks down by 9. 1:11 to go. Smith's going to throw it. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on. Here comes 2nd down at 5.
It's a gain of 5.
Smith to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Smith. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Here's Smith. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. One last throw here for Smith. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
Oh, I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating. Even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure.